Well, I've got about 20 minutes or so before the debates start tonight, and I can't wait to see how this goes. You know, this new released video on Trump talking about grabbing this lady in her private part, and he'd like to have, you know, relations with her. And he said, look, it's just locker room banter. You know, me and the guys talking about women we'd like to be with and whatever. In truth be told, that really is all it is. And again, you turn on the media and, oh my God, Trump, see, he's a chauvinist pig, yada, yada, yada. But it's like, have I ever had a conversation like that with any of my buddies? Regardless of the age I was at the time, I might have said something like such a thing. With your buddies, in your 20s even, right? I mean, I got a story or two I could tell. I wouldn't dare say it in a public place. I wouldn't dare, say it outside of my friends probably, where we can kind of reminisce. Well, remember when we lived in an apartment complex and that one girl and yeah. And if someone happened to catch me on a hidden microphone and then, 10 years later play it, does that really make me some kind of whatever? I mean, again, we got Bill Clinton absolutely raping women. Let's say, well, yeah, but you can't prove that. You can't. Okay. How about Monica Lewinsky? Again, Donald Trump uses his mouth and says words. The Clintons, hands-on, physical things happening. Did Bill Clinton do anything with Monica Lewinsky in the White House? Answer, resounding yes. That's a fact. We know this. Nobody disputes that. So again, actions speak louder than words. And I'm not changing my vote because of this nonsense. Not even kind of. Having said all that, it looks like Deutsche Bank's CEO John crying when I met you. Now I'm dying to forget you. Left the meeting table open-handed. No deal with the Department of Justice. John crying, deal or no deal? Oh, that's kind of the political. That could be a political game show thing. Deal or no deal, but the political game show style, right? Questions and answer, multiple choice, deal or no deal. Which I could run a whole entire segment on just Clinton. Backroom deal or no deal? That'll be a new topic for the political game show. Backroom deal or no deal? I like that. Tell you the truth, I might have to incorporate that. Anyway, so having first flagged Deutsche Bank's enormous derivatives book for the first time back in 2013, which is from Zero Hedge, it wasn't until last week that JP Morgan admitted just what the biggest risk facing Deutsche Bank actually was. In a note, quick look surprise, as if I don't know the answer, it's going to be something to do with derivatives, but let's see. In a note by JP Morgan's Nikolaos, don't even know how to pronounce that last name, the strategist warned that, quote, in our opinion, it is not so much funding issues, but rather, derivatives exposures that more likely to trouble markets going forward if Deutsche Bank concerns continue. This is especially true if these concerns propagate into a confidence crisis, including more rapid unwinding of derivatives contracts, he said. Who told you to look for that word a few years ago? In all honesty, who was it? Lindsey Williams. The elite told him the derivatives are going to take down the entire system. Watch that word, the D word. It'll come out more. You're going to hear about it more. You're going to hear about it a lot more before the collapse happens, he says. This is a pretty good example. For those new to the story, Deutsche Bank has one of the world's largest notional derivatives books. Its portfolio of financial contracts based on the value of other assets. Again, this is a bet on a bet kind of a thing. As we first noted in 2013, it peaked at over $75 trillion, about 20 times German GDP, but had shrunk to around $46 trillion by the end of last year. That's around 12% of the total notional value of derivatives outstanding worldwide, which is actually, according to them, 384 trillion. And that's according to the Bank of International Settlements. It was 46 trillion as of quarter two, measured by notional outstanding. JP Morgan Bank analysts confirm the size of Deutsche Bank's book and note that BIS data, Bank for International Settlements, provide an alternative but indirect way to gauge the size of derivatives exposures. According to BIS data, the exposure of foreign banks to German counterparties via derivatives contracts stood at $312 billion in quarter one 2016. So that's exposure of foreign banks to German counterparties via derivatives contracts. Well, my question is, if it's only 312 billion, which not that that's a tiny amount, but again, keep in mind, Deutsche Bank scrambling to scrape up a few billion right now. Oh, I heard this. Oh, we were able to raise some capital, 3 billion. We raised 3 billion. I'm sorry, what is that counterparty risk? 312 billion? What was that thing? Department of Justice is trying to sue you, or not sue you, but settle with you. They want 14 or 15 billion dollars in the settlement, which, again, is high for the club. 3 or 4 billion, 2 billion, more like it. I see it time and time again. Pay us 500, 400 million, get lost. So this time, Deutsche Bank, we're coming after you. We want 14. He just came over, CEO, and left empty-handed. And then wasn't it ironic? Friday, remember Friday? Not this Friday, but the last Friday. In other words, not the very last Friday, a few days ago, but the Friday before. Stocks rally. Deutsche Bank stock shot up 13%. Yes. On what? Rumor from a French company, there's a deal on the table. There is a deal for probably $4.5 billion settlement instead of 14. And I said it then. I did a video right then. Hey, markets rally on what? Propaganda, nonsense, false news. Doesn't matter. So when the truth came out, Monday the banks were closed over there. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it was all propaganda. It was fake. It was nothing. There was no. It was just a rumor. And it turned out to be a false rumor. Why didn't Deutsche Bank crash down more? Why is the stock still sitting at where it left off on that big bad Friday? Because all markets are controlled. That's why. So I'm reading now, CEO came back as of either today or last night or something. And again, added an additional day because you're going to see this video tomorrow. So Saturday night or Sunday, CEO came back from, John crying. No deal. Deal or no deal? No deal. Which should mean what? Buy the rumor, sell the news. The rumor's gone. And the news is that ain't no deal. Tomorrow, Monday, which is today you're watching this video, should be quite interesting if I don't mind saying so myself. What is it going to be? It could be whatever the club wants, to tell you the truth. Well, we don't want it to crash. The Fed steps in, the ECB steps in, the government steps in, whoever steps in, everyone starts panic selling, you won't even notice it. Oh, they're all purchased. Nothing to see here. So again, you have Federal Reserve, central banks intervening in markets. That's the same thing as saying we get to pick the winners and losers. Because anybody who, after the carnage of the stock drop of Deutsche Bank on that Thursday, down 10%, you would have said the next day it's going to continue. There's nothing here. There's no deal. They're not even about to make a deal. I'm going to short that stock tomorrow because I know it's going down. And you woke up, and God help you if you shorted that stock on Friday the very next day, because that was the day this bogus, nonsensical rumor came out. We think there's a deal on the table for around $4.5 billion. And I said, hold on. I'm already reading that if it's anything over $3 billion or so, it's too much. And they're going to be in big trouble anyways. So $4.5 billion, that's too much. Why is the stock rallying out of control right now? So again, you're the loser if you did the right thing and shorted that stock. The thermometer says to do it. The temperature outside says to do it. Everything that I'm reading right now says to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm shorting it. Oh, market rallies massively. 13% climb. One trading day. And again, now that the rumor's gone, we had a whole entire week of the rumor being gone. It was nonsense. Why didn't the stock start collapsing again? Why didn't it pick up the steam again and collapse? Market intervention by the club. So again, if you lost, you could file a lawsuit, and who were the parties that actually bought this stock? Or they'll never reveal that unless you file a lawsuit. They can't. But if you file a lawsuit for wrongdoing, I believe some entity intervened here. File a lawsuit. Here's my losses, and we need to do a discovery during that process, right? Discovery process. Who bought massively these stocks and brought the price up 13%? And you'd find the big club boys. That's who did it. Because again, these are the proxies. See, the Federal Reserve or whoever doesn't actually just go in with like their own account. We have a direct connection to the market. No, they have their little sub-channels, if you will. Federal Reserve, New York, we're going to use JP Morgan. German's Bank, we're going to use HSBC or whoever as our little middleman to get in there. So when you pull that data through the lawsuit, you'll see, it was this bank and that bank. And then, of course, you're going to have to dig deeper. That's not all our discovery wanted. Who specifically used that bank to place that order? Well, that was, that's national security issue. We can't go there, Your Honor. That's probably what you would find, ultimately. So again, national security means, sorry if you got stomped out like a cockroach. It was a matter of national security, and it's of our nation's best interest that we intervened. And our buddies across the pond, too, because we're all interconnected these days. So, sorry you lost, but this is top secret. Your Honor, can't show it. Well, since there's no other evidence, sir, you lose. Right? And who's going to file a lawsuit? Who's going to file a lawsuit? Average person who lost on that one? It was designed to crush the small guys. That's it. All the club members, the big boys, they knew the price was going to rise. Of course they know what's going to happen. They're the ones doing it. So any little small guy like you or me who decided to play that would have gotten crushed. So again, this weekend, right now, Sunday night, I'm here telling you, I'm reading CEO of Deutsche Bank, John Cryan, is back home without a deal in his hand. Are we going to find Monday another French company comes out? Breaking news. We think there's a second rumor that there is actually a deal. Well, hold on. He just came back a day ago with no deal. Market, we don't care about that. Markets rally. It's nonsense. That's why I tell everybody, don't play the markets. And I know there's some people out there, man, I made a killing on the markets. You want to know the truth about that? You're the exception. You are the exception. If I told all my subscribers, guys, let's get in on this right now, let's do the same thing, we'd probably all lose. Because again, someone else is the exception, not us. So even if I said it to where I'm not telling you what I think we should get into, just everybody find something on your own that you want to invest in. Monday morning, pull the trigger. See what happens. You're going to find the majority of people said, ouch, didn't work out. Matter of fact, some might say, ouch, very ouch, that really didn't work. I lost all of it. But then you have that one guy or two guys, hey, I made a killing. You got lucky. Unless you're part of the club, you can only get lucky. But I watch the charts and I see the Bollinger Bands and I see the high and I see the double head and shoulders move and I see Hey, excuse me, Jason M4 here. Listen. What did your charts show you Thursday on Deutsche Bank after they were collapsing? What did the chart suggest might happen Friday? Did you see a head and shoulders pattern? Did you see a double whatever? Anything? Did you make a move on it? Because if you did, you got crushed. But your chart said to do it. Your chart said, this is done. We're finished. Just like that one Pharmaceutical company. Remember that one? It was crashing. And matter of fact, let me see if I can find this real fast. The guy lost. No, guy has 100K margin call. Sets up GoFundMe. See if that'll find it. Is this the guy? This might be it. Yeah. I think I found it. November 19th, 2015. That's about the right time. A trader started a GoFundMe page to pay back $100,000 to E-Trade after a disastrous short. Again, someone intervened on the company. It was being crushed. He decides, I'm putting my shorts in. It ain't gonna stop now. And some magical unicorn thing happens, and the freaking stock went up massively the next day, and he was crushed. A day trader in Arizona. Let me click. See if the link's still up. I'm curious. Page not found. JWC Trek. Page not found. Huh. Wonder what happened to him. Interesting. He didn't get that much the last time I looked, and that was after this happened. But just to let you know how it goes for us little guys, not the club. A day trader in Arizona has started a GoFundMe page asking fellow traders to help him pay off a $100,000 debt to E-Trade after a disastrous short bet on a biotech stock. Joe Campbell, a 32-year-old small business owner from Gilbert, Arizona, created the page after a huge loss on Kalo Bios Pharmaceuticals. Campbell said he sold about 8,400 shares short at an average price of a little under $2 on Wednesday. He told Business Insider that he estimated the stock was worth about $1, and under normal circumstances it was going there in a hurry. He also told Business Insider in a telephone interview that he normally wouldn't feel comfortable holding a position overnight. However, he felt like the company was worthless, and for good reason. Just last week, again, it's an older article, but just last week, a while back, Kalo Bio said it was going to wind down operations and discontinue 2 of the drugs it had been developing. After placing his trade, Campbell says he went into a 2-hour meeting. When he came out, a friend asked him if he was okay. That's when he learned the stock had surged. He says he lost his $33,000 and is now deep in the red. And his Twitter thing says, safe to say I'm effed. Not even sure what to do here. Was swinging KO Bios, whatever, short from $2, left to a meeting at close, and was away from my platform, his trading platform on his computer screen. Came back to 17 S half, whatever. Was swinging. Okay, I'm in my 35K account at E-Trade. Will not cover me until I was down 144K when it was at $18.50. What the F? Sick to my stomach. Was going strong for last month. Made money. I can do this. I can play the paper game. This is fantastic. I'm making bucks. That company is finished. I'm going to go in a meeting. When I get out of the meeting, I'm going to go check my computer and see how much money I made. I won. Give me my money. Uh-oh. $18. I'm shorted this from 2 down to a little under 2. Oh my God. Right? An investor group, which included controversial biotech CEO Martin Shkreli, bought more than half of Kalo Bios' outstanding shares, sending the stock price up more than 600% in the after-hours session. So speaking of Martin Shkreli, didn't he get in trouble recently? Two days ago, Martin Shkreli unveils Pill 2016 piece at pro-Trump art show. Martin Shkreli defends Donald Trump. Everything you know about Martin Shkreli is wrong, or is it? Ex-Pharma CEO Martin Shkreli defends EpiPen price increase. That was August 25th, whatever. I thought he got in trouble recently. Huh. Maybe it wasn't him. Anyways, that's what happens. That's what happens. You get squashed like the cockroach that you are, according to the club. Deutsche Bank is no different. Should have crashed on Friday. That Friday it didn't. It rose 13%. Now that's a far cry from what that chap I just told you about dealt with. His was even far worse than that, which is why his $33,000 was gone and he owed $100,000. And he said in his GoFundMe thing, I remember it, I've liquidated my wife's 401k and mine, and I still don't have anywhere. He still said he needed around 100k. Number one, I would not have liquidated my 401k. I would have not paid E-Trade anything. You've already cleaned my $33,000 out. Of course, that's fine. I'm now going to go see a bankruptcy lawyer. Do I need to liquidate my wife and I's 401k to pay this off and still owe 100k? You might find the answer is no, keep it. That's a retirement account. We can bankrupt out of that and you don't have to pay it. But this old chap tried to do the right thing for E-Trade. I told you I got burned in 2008, and that's what woke me up to the whole paper scam, playing the futures, silver futures contract. I had a mini contract, thank God. If I had a full-size contract at that time, it would have been devastating to me. Losing that $3,000, I'll tell you, felt pretty devastating to me. And it was just actually a total of $3,500. I have no silver to show for it. I have nothing but a blank piece of paper, essentially. And then afterwards, I thought to myself, you idiot. Why don't you just buy $3,500 worth of silver? Because I can't buy it leveraged 10 to 1. I can't buy 10 ounces of silver for the cost of 1 ounce. I can't buy 100 ounces of silver for the cost of 10 ounces. But I can do it on paper, and I don't have to worry about shipping and So log into my account. I played the fake game. I won the fake game, so okay, let's go live. Do it live. And I went live. $20 silver, boom, waterfall drop. $17 margin call, you're gone. Oh, and I'm sitting there. What in the hell just happened? I'm sitting there like that, like what in the hell just happened? Like the power just went off. EMP just hit me. Boom. What the? I learned then I will never play the banker's game. I will take their Achilles heel poison, and that is precious metals. Take care. This is the only video I'm doing Monday, by the way.